it is not a lie to say that this year is chock full of lessons. I mean, especially right now, we're halfway through it. Like right now, should be hitting the hardest, especially where this year is the first year in a 36-year cycle against Saturn. Okay, so the last time this happened was 1990, right? What happened in 1990 until now? Digital control.
Yep.
So since this is that year, man, it's got to boil everyone out, and it is boiling them out. Yep, it's gonna. I bet there'll be some freedom for the next 36 years, but you got to
Make,
be who you got to be by the end
make,
of this year.
make sure you got your cilantro in your diet.
For sure, for sure. It's so there's been a lot of studies going on lately that go around time, and in all reality, every time you see any other light, you're literally stretching that light.
Yeah.
The act of you stretching that light is
The
what
act,
manufactures
yeah,
time.
yeah, the act of observation affects the outcome.
Now, since it's the stretched light, I mean, in all reality, these studies are trying to disprove quantum theory, quantum mechanics, but they only keep proving it because when you start to question that stretched light, that's where quantum entanglement happens. Okay, because it's still the same piece of light. You're just trying to experience time through it.
Yeah.
So, of course, every particle in that is going to be entangled, right?
Well, I mean, t technically, all particles are entangled on some level.
But it's relative to the perception, right?
Definitely
It's
can.
relative to who's
Mm,
stretching what
yeah,
and when.
yeah. It definitely is a modifiable, a variable variable.
Varying variable relative to perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are just, I'm not gonna lie, man, things have been hectic as fuck. These past 2 weeks alone, you know,
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you do.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
It's been a lot of while keeping up. I mean, there's days where it's just work, sleep, work, sleep, work for just, that's just how it goes. And then there's days where I feel great. I don't feel like I need to sleep. I'm just doing thing. I'm just having a great time. I'm just like, dude, how is this even possible at this age to be having that wide and broad and just the whole human thing's being blankered with or something. I haven't paying a whole lot of
See,
attention.
I envy
I
you
haven't, I
on
haven't, I
that.
haven't been tracking those reports as much lately as I was over the winter.
I kind of envy you on that mentality because these past 2 weeks alone, every single minute has been full of fucking mental confusion and stress. I'm telling you, shit has been nuts. Like I try to go to work and do work. Nah, I can't do that. I haven't been able to do that for the past 2 weeks. I mean, I've been there, but I haven't been there.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
like, and the thing about it is, all these things all the conclusions I come to and such thought, well, they're out of my control anyway. So I follow pursuit in action that I would have done anyway. It's all about stirring the pot, getting me ready for the next 36 years.
Yeah, I definitely have had some difficulty with presence. But you still gotta undo all your incantating, unintentional incantating from the other couple weeks ago.
Well, so check this out. I start to further realize what it was. Now, it wasn't just me. There's another party involved.
Yes.
That's what happens when you, yeah, don't worry. I've been,
And there were incorporeal parties involved.
oh, shit. Yeah, there was some shit going on there. Still going on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure if I'm back in the right dimension. I don't think I came back to the right dimension.
We all definitely took a little bit of a shift.
Ever since that adventure, things have been off. This
Yeah.
stress has been continued, like, and it wasn't just there. Because when I got back, the same shit was going on with my friends with other party, like weird shit. I'm telling you, weird fucking shit.
Well, I know. I know.
It's good though. I wouldn't say fuck the universe.
Yeah.
The thing I need to do at this point is say, you know what? What is there's a common denominator in this all of this. Okay. And when I figure it out, I will definitely let you know because then it'll all stop.
Well, what you need to do is you need to retract your statement that you are
Well,
ruled by Saturn.
okay. So that doesn't necessarily apply. It's a star sign thing. That's what it is. It's a star
That's what
sign.
I'm saying. Your chart is heavily influenced by, not I am ruled
Yes.
by. Like you
True.
have to
True.
retract that statement.
Okay. I don't think I ever said that. I said the most governing force.
Uh-uh.
And I don't think that's a lie either. You know?
No,
And
no,
keep in
no.
mind,
That's
I
fine.
heard
That's fine. But like it was those there was those specific words that I was like, oh fuck, this is, and it all went.
well, I do also want to say this, right? I heard a bunch of stories about that I'm like, no, that didn't happen already. So it's like, what did anybody see? What did
True.
anybody hear? What actually took place?
Yeah.
So I want to put that out there. I don't think that
Fair.
I would ever say that I'm ruled by. Like, I can get it. I can totally see that. But I'm pretty sure that that is my strongest governing
So
astrological
so so
body.
so we already had Jin at that point then.
Oh yeah, but keep in mind they were tagging along all the way. Like part of, and here's the thing though, even such entities, right, play their part in stirring the pot that you may be better by the end of the year. I hate to say it,
Oh
but
no. It's all in
some,
the it's all it is all in the divine order. It is all in the divine order. Uh but wow.
I can even just check this out. Apollo Gies. I mean, right?
Add some light? Is that what that is? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm not going to go on weird things like medically induced release, such as hormone therapy, which does require the rape. Oh, therapist. I think it's better the other way though. The rapist.
I
I think the
I
rapist is
I
when.
do too for content purposes though. I appreciate your discretion.
Well, I gotta say this: when the hormones, the therapy is complete, hysteria has been cured.
Uh,
Oh, words, man. I'm telling you, words. Like, I actually believe hysteria is the number one ailment that's fucking with society as a whole.
oh yeah, 100%. Our whole governance system is based on spellcraft. The spelling
Yep.
of the letter and the English language is one of the is clearly the most powerful spellcrafting language of all time.
That's why I say apologize. Like, which one? Now, this might come off wrong because the way we've been told, but I like to say this: the name Jesus is a title. It's not Jesus. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not when you apologize and you're using that word and invoking that word. Like that is the son of the order. Like that is the first son of God. I'm not trying to say anything.
But there's even obfuscation around that, like because there is no J in Hebrew or Aramaic, so you know for a
Oh, for
fact
sure.
that wasn't his actual fucking name.
That was actually the very last letter added to the English alphabet. It's not Z or W. J was the last addition to the English alphabet.
Really?
Really?
So there you go. There you go.
Yeah, check it out. Although
Jesus
I still
is
feel like Token will come back from the grave and say, "You dumbasses, it's pronounced Jandalf," and then go back in the grave. It wasn't Gandalf, it's Jandalf.
no, but what you're saying to me, what I'm hearing here is that J being the last letter added to the English alphabet literally makes Jesus, one of the most powerfully spellcrafted words out there because of what it is
It
associated,
is.
who it is
Well,
associated with, even though that's not the real name.
so I was trying to say, I hate to do this, but it's so easy to associate Hitler with Jesus. I mean, when things fell or when things go nuts, you always pretend like you died and you move to Argentina. That's that's why I'm bringing that up. So, like, maybe that rubs off wrong. I have to have the whole conversation how it went to that. I always bring this up because I'm not saying either man was a good, glorious man. The stories of them, we only know the stories we know. Okay, and
Well,
every
well,
reiteration, every time.
did you catch Randall Carlson? He had a new after school about they found the skull of
Nice.
Jesus in like Cincinnati or something. I think it was
I have to
Ohio. It
check that out.
might have been Canada. I don't remember, but it was a couple months back. But he's saying
I like that guy.
they found record of his traversing the Atlantic after the whole crucifixion thing.
Yeah, after he died and built Argentina. I mean, because I was just trying to bring up a whole point that because I was like, did Chris Cornell kill himself? Did I bet Robin Williams killed himself because it was against everything he stood for and everything he did in the fight against what he was doing was fueling exactly what he was fighting against.
Yeah,
That kind of mentality from an outside observer who doesn't know shit other than what I observe, I could totally believe that guy killed himself. But a lot of
yeah,
these people that kill themselves, I don't know if they actually kill themselves or they're just bailing to Argentina. That's why I say it that same way. And then, we were talking
yep.
about who likes to bail. Well, God definitely likes to bail. God definitely likes to say, sorry, I'm going to get ice cream, and then never comes back. You get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I brought up the word apologize. Like, if we're bringing the son, we're talking about the son of a son who should have been eaten alive, right?
What do you mean? I don't know about should have been, but was supposed to have been.
Okay, that's what I meant. It's words like that, or it's a fine line in English,
Yeah, yeah,
Should,
yeah,
was,
yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah. No,
can, may.
I get
Yeah.
I got the context, but it's still words matter.
Well, in the word apologize, I like how it invokes Apollo because that is what did Apollo bring to the people as a grandson who shouldn't have existed according to the plan of order, right? Like there's a certain degree of empathy, like that a father would have to his son when you invoke Apollo in his wholeness. I apologize. Please spare me. So I'm trying to bring up who actually brought the ability of repentance, which is to revisit. Because I want to bring this up. You are never a piece of shit. It doesn't matter what you've done in your life. You are never a piece of shit until something makes you observe your actions that you would think is piece of shit actions, and then you continue to do so.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely ignorance. Very very well defined.
Yeah, no matter what. And that's the thing. So I was talking to my brother earlier about this light stretching concept, and I'm like, okay, well, when you are acting in ignorance, and you're acting as what would be considered a piece of shit, but you don't know you're a piece of shit because you haven't observed yourself doing it. You're just trying to stay ahead. You're just trying to survive. And in today's world, those type of actions are literally what gets you yours and gets you to the next day, right? On autopilot. But now, are these people capable of stretching light?
Hmm.
This is what I want to know. Does light only begin to stretch when you are? So now let's get to repentance, right? Repentance is to revisit the action, dwell upon it so that you learn, right? But if you weren't there the first time you committed the action, how are you revisiting that action? So if you did it in ignorance, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This is why the universe likes to throw you the same curveball again. Different people, same thing, right? Now you can repent on it. In other words, if you do something wrong, do it two more times and you'll figure it out.
well,
I still remember last time, and I won't forget my lesson until I do it again.
uh, Let's see, how many times has it been? Plenty.
Sometimes it'll come back around, but it's different.
Yeah.
Sometimes the same spell is required or the same lesson is required because it's a higher state of a lesson that involves catalysts, which are old lessons. You know what I'm saying? If you pass the test the first time, you should pass with flying colors this time on that particular aspect of the lesson. But that, you know what I'm saying? It's part of the lesson. It's like you get your math test and you haven't done additions in forever and you're on multiplications. Well, does that math test is trying to keep you good and going? It's going to have some additions on there.
Yeah.
And if you fail those additions again, it's simple as that. We're demoting you, dude. You got to learn your additions again. You didn't learn them.
Yeah.
You don't have to suffer as long,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you need a course refresher.
Yeah. Sounds about
Can
right.
never be angry.
Sounds about
Never
right.
be angry at the universe for that.
No,
You
no,
know,
no. I mean, it's like
be grateful for it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't bring gratitude to the table, like, that's when you're really stuck. But it's like, dude, you don't even like, I mean, I don't know, you can see this guy.
Well, I did see the picture.
That's all that's left of the deep one. Like, dude, I should have sprained or broken or something. And all I got was flesh wounds. And for all whatever all that ended up being, like I got a lot of gratitude.
Well, I like how you mentioned the Fae because I'm fairly certain that there's cool spots they like to hang out there.
Oh yeah, I just about walked right into one. It's still wet to them.
You know what I'm saying? I would actually consider, here's the thing, from our limited perspective, who are we to cast and say solidified with 100% that it's all a negative? Because we're bringing back mischief. You know what mischief is, right? It's something that's godlike, acting childish,
Yeah,
right? You know, there's two sides of every coin, and you can't condemn. I mean, I know fantasy has its racism, like elves, right? We're not racist, yet they all look fucking same. And humans are like, fuck yeah, I'm racist, dude. Humans first, and then they're hanging out with the undead, they're hanging out with the fucking hap. You know what I'm talking about? They're hanging out with all the woodfuckers. You should see what his girlfriend looks like. Fucking racist humans. I got a friend who's all against this. He's always like this. He's like, I promote racism 100% because check this out. Racism and prejudice are not the same thing,
no, they're not.
right?
They're not.
Do you
And
like
and
your
and
culture and do you like what you do?
racism to me is just like this huge whole fallacy. Anyway, I'm just like what races are there? Like we got human race. Like Africa isn't its own race. They're still human. So what is this racism shit that everybody's trying to
Check this out though.
confabulate?
So would human existence and primitive man be two different races? And would commercial man, because I believe commercial man is its own category away from man. And if you know what I'm saying? So
Okay,
there's the corporate world,
okay. There's the
and each one of them has their own race. So I don't think race is necessarily species, but
right.
it is the common goal under the umbrella of your ideologies.
Okay, that's fair.
And if that's the case, I like races because it pushes us to keep going. Prejudice is different. Prejudice is different. I'm going to go out with pride for my goal, which is becoming a human being instead of worthlessness. So what do? I talk shit on the stupid shit that exists on the interwebs or that exists in front of me in the real world. Or you know what I'm saying? I talk shit on the primitive man. That's not racist, then I don't know what is. Right? Now, would I still help these people out if I'm like, you're a dumb shit? Yeah, I'd help them out. You know, I'm not prejudiced. You know what I'm talking about? I'm
Yeah,
not like I'm gonna go burn your house down because you're dumb, right? But I'm gonna
yeah,
say no, 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 no. I can't get caught up in you
yeah.
dumb. Now, is that logic or is that like you get what I'm talking
That's called discipline.
about? I don't like that all the time.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's even right in the words: racism, prejudice.
well,
Prejudice.
all I know is we got to quit racing around everywhere and being in a hurry like that. That does not accomplish anything.
You know what was pre-Judas? Apollo. Apologize.
Yes, yes, it most certainly was. I like that.
Well,
I like that. That's a totally new one to me. This is fresh concepts. I like it a lot. It's,
well, having that break,
it is so
I've been
rare.
asking everyone.
It's so rare.
The past 3 weeks, I've been asking everyone I normally talk to about this stuff. And now's your turn. Since the beginning of the year and now, when is the last time, you know, the kind of conversations I like to have where I'm learning something new while I have it?
Yeah.
When is the last time you had a real good one of those this year? It's only just recently starting, but it was a good spell for almost 5 months. Shit was stagnant. Even meeting up with these people, there were other things that were being discussed. It wasn't the same drive that we've been showing the past 10 years. You know what I'm talking about?
I have been graced with being able to learn a lot about where people are at on a broader level because they've been receptive and they have learned from me a lot, but the learning new things like concepts, ideas, things like that has been kind of slow and is only kind of starting to fire up again. I do feel that. I that correlates. Uh, that's interesting. That's an interesting observation.
That's what I'm saying. Since we're thanking the universe, because check this out. This is my year. Okay. This is my year. But one thing about that means this: it doesn't mean everything's going to happen my way for granted. All it means is that I have more power when I manifest things. So if I'm going to manifest bad things, they're going to happen just as powerful as good things would happen during my year.
Yeah,
But I do want to say this: during this whole manifestation, I've been taking with the approach of I'm going to do the good shit.
good.
I've been trying my best, but not a good thing has happened yet, relatively speaking. Only chaotic things have happened to stir the damn pot to change me from who I was, which is good. But they haven't been good, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah.
Right? If I keep doing what I've always done, you know what I'm going to
Yes, sir.
get.
What?
So let's get that pot stirred. Let's have the craziness. It's all about having gratitude with the universe, knowing that after the craziness, you're still going to make ends meet with the people you've been communicating with. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
It's the ability to have that crazy shit happen and then
And stuff.
everybody sit
Yeah.
down and go, whoa.
Yeah. You're not wrong, actually. Yeah. Not how you fall down, it's how you get, it's what you do when you get up. How you get up.
Yeah, these next 36 years are ours, are us kind of people. It's a freedom year. It's a freedom year where we get to all grow with everything we know that has been an enslavement the past 36 years. So now's a year for us to take advantage and live on the opposite spectrum, just because of the cycles of Saturn.
Oh yeah.
Every 36 years, Saturn gets hidden behind Neptune, behind the sun. That's a lot of stuff away. That's like hell yeah, party when the cat's not home.
Well,
Let's go roam.
and we've got Pluto shifting too, and Pluto's like every 90 or 100 years or something like that one doesn't even change signs hardly ever. So that's even changing at all.
This is not an easy year.
No.
That's the best way to say it.
Yes. That is a fair way to
I'm
say
glad
it.
I thrive in chaos. I'm glad I enjoy chaos.
At one point I challenged Apophis for his title.
Woo!
and set my terms for, let me know when and where and how, and let's do this. You just give me 30 days and you show me what, and nothing. So I've tacit consent's a thing, then I think that
It's
title
yours.
technically is mine, yeah.
Yeah.
So trying to rein it in a
Well,
little,
Apophis.
trying to rein it in a little.
Well, Apophis.
And then I hear this fucking comets coming by, what, next year or the year after that?
Well, that a comet coming by, that I3 Atlas, that
No,
excited
no,
the
no, no, no,
living
no, no,
shit
no,
out of the
no. You
sun.
haven't you haven't you
I
haven't heard
know.
you haven't heard about Apophis?
No, yes, I have. I'm saying I'm just rewinding for a second because we're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about this year where I3 Atlas already came around. That excited the living fuck out of the sun, right? We've had crazy solar flares, which means more seismic activity. It really has been more than normal. Like right now, this is a chaotic fucking year. It's hotter than fuck. This, you know what I'm saying? It's hotter than normal hot summer for this time of year. Not because of the heat, but because of the damn UV. Like you can feel it. You might think I'm crazy. Not you can
No,
feel it.
no,
I know people who.
no, you might think I'm crazy, but Milky was there. We went out on the lawn at Josh's. Like I just was out there just kind of grounding out and everything. And I just got a sudden inclination. I ran to his door and I opened it and I yelled into the house. It says, "Everybody needs to come outside right now." And everybody did except for Haley. But we all go outside and the sun pulsed brighter. Like I
Yeah.
visually saw it. Milky tactilely felt it. The sun pulsed brighter.
So there have been there was a thing that was this just a couple days ago. Can I ask? Or was
I
this a
want
while
about
ago?
maybe a month, but no, it was somewhere
Okay.
between 2 and 3 weeks ago. I would say three
Because there was
weeks.
one that just hit. There was one that just hit recently too. It's been doing this a lot. Like you were talking about the Pluto shifting. We're talking about all the random objects. There have been so many comets and random objects coming into our pocket.
Oh yeah,
This gets the sun hard. It's a fucking tease, and the sun's like, oh yeah. I know. Look, I go up in the mountains all the fucking time. Like once a week, I run up in the mountains. And I went. I took my shirt off and ran White Pine. It took me 2 hours there and back. Okay, burnt like a mother. I got scorched.
yeah.
I got some of the worst burns I've had in the past 12 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah. Your
UV.
your 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 skin type and habits. Yes, yes, you did.
Well, well, yeah, but normally, normally I'm good. Like I got burnt on places that are always exposed all year, always. I'm an outside guy every day type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my arms. I mean, sure, I usually keep the shirt on, but my arms don't get sunburned. My face doesn't get sunburned.
Mhm.
My face didn't get sunburned, but my arms got sunburned.
Well, and that's why I'm really conscientious about long sleeves and a hat for how much time I spend out in the just open sun. The only reason it's tolerable is because I'm halfway in the water all the time.
Well, I also there was an old Saint Germain book that said this. Okay, like wearing glasses. It was talking about the way your ear muscles expand and contract. So you do exercises with that back in the day when you used to be like sitting on the pot while somebody answered the phone. So you could hear through the wall and you could exercise your muscles to hear better what's going on in that room than what's in your room. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is where the same thing happens that you do with your eyes. When you wake up, you put your glasses on. Or when you go out into the sun, you put your sunglasses on, right?
Yeah. If you,
Now there was
it's there are double blind studies that to verify that wearing sunglasses will make you burn more quickly.
I believe it. It's
Like,
it's like blessing your food. You're already processing the sun's too much in your oscillatory fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, lamb, the sun's already too much. You block it out. You've now biased the rest of your body. All the rest of the firewalls
yep,
activate. It's like
yep.
when you wear a sweater, you are throwing off your body's natural temperature regulation. So the rest of the body can become colder because you try to keep warmer in one spot,
Hmm.
right? Now,
Okay.
these are scientifically proven things, but there was one like this. The whole theory of this was going into this theory. It's not theory. The theory of what I'm talking about is theory, though, that if you are to be a higher evolved being, you shouldn't be able to not look directly into the sun with no consequences. You should not be able to not process all the light there is in your spectrum. You get what I'm saying? It's like only through, does that make any sense?
Hmm.
It's like if the light is harming your eyes when you look at it in your natural environment, something's wrong. You're atrophied.
Yeah, truth,
Now
truth.
that's a negative spin on the whole thing I was saying because there's two. I use negativity to teach. I think I hate to say this. I think it's a better lesson because
Well,
with positive,
it poses good polarity and contrast. And without contrast,
well,
you
it's
can't
easier to
have.
remember a bad.
And contrast is one of the biggest factors in definition of picture or understanding, you know.
Well, what if we waited? What if you're like you met some person, you hang out, and you're like, we've been hanging out 3 months, every day's fucking cool, and then the last week of it, shit goes crazy. It's fucking you're like, don't ever talk to me again, right? That last week is longer than the first 3 months. It really is. There's a time dilation factor. And if that little bit of bad outweighs the good, you get what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Then the toxins of, and I have to say it that way because even a vaccination is a toxin.
Oh,
The
severely.
toxins of education, the more potent they are, the stronger the lesson. Once
Fair,
again, that's a negative spin on it.
fair.
Human beings just learn like you don't learn that you're being an asshole until you find something you give a shit about. And then you treat it like shit, and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I didn't want to treat the thing I gave a shit about like shit. That was my favorite toy. Why did I throw it in the mud like that? Right?
Definitely happens. Oh,
It's funny because the things you do as a child like that, right, are the exact same things you're doing in life. You're just pretending there's more bullshit because you're involving third parties like bills and fucking services you don't need. It's the same thing. It's until you're off of this orb, you're still a child.
yeah.
Me too. That's why I have fun.
Oh, I could definitely stand to exercise that a little bit more. I think that's a large part of what the universe is trying to shove down my throat is, hey man, you gotta get back in touch with that inner child.
Well,
There's,
that's part of it though.
there's too
You
much,
need the inner.
there's too much fun to have, and you're not having it. So chop chop.
Well, that's why the craziness. If you don't have states, if I didn't have this little 5 month period where I wasn't invested in having growth conversations, like it's this is what I mean. The normal thought pattern for the past 8 years of my life has been more in tune with the way I normally think. So I try to go down rabbit holes, right? I naturally go down rabbit holes, and I'm like, oh, hey, holy shit! Have you looked in this rabbit hole? That's
Man,
the best way to say it. And then I did. But the past five months,
sometimes I stick my arm down it.
well, for sure, but the past 6 months, 5 months, I feel like I've seen the rabbit holes, but I've been more focused on observing the room the rabbit hole's in. Why is there a rabbit hole in this room? What's going on with the room? Oh no, I need to get back in those rabbit holes. Like time being stretched. It's an
Oh yeah.
interesting thing because the way the eye is shaped, you
Well,
literally are the singularity curving light. Time exists because that light curved on your round eyeball.
Cherry Creek's a real good one for time dilation. Like I've had some hikes up there that were real weird. High Creek, Cherry Creek.
Oh, check it out. Next weekend, I'm planning on doing flat top.
I've heard of
It's
that
like an
one.
11-hour thing.
I've heard of that one.
So,
Where's that at?
so you've seen pictures of it. It's probably the tallest mountain range that's just straight visible from Cache Valley, looking up towards the east or the west. No,
Okay.
the east. It's the square one. It looks square on top.
Okay.
If you look up to it, it goes flat.
Yeah, I haven't done that one yet.
I've done that one a few times. It's a good one. It's like 11 hours.
I feel like that'd be cooler than Naomi.
Naomi's not bad.
I've
I
done
like to do
Naomi.
that one in 2 days.
Where my interest really lies is the Wellsvilles for some reason.
I've been told to do that one too. King's Peak's that way, right?
Huh?
Isn't King's Peak in that range?
Oh, Box Elder Peak, I think, is the tall one over there.
Box Elder Peak,
I think
yeah.
I think Kings Peak is a little bit more North Ogden way.
All right. Still the same range though, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's where they merged it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, if you want to go hiking, I usually try to do that every week. That one is one of the ones I don't run. I run every other one, but that's one that's a long enough one I don't run it. But it's a good one and it's a gratifying one. So
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, I almost went for a hike with Milky last week, but I couldn't figure out the time to do it. Like, it's just been so crunchy on time lately that I'm
I find you
finally,
do them right first thing in the morning.
huh?
Like normally, what I normally do, I do it first thing in the morning. It's easier to just get it done with, and then go take care of your day. I think
Well,
it's an important thing.
yeah, no, I just lost a lot of hours to that weekend because I couldn't work Monday, and that cost me several $100s.
Oh, I feel you. That
So
whole adventure was nothing but money down the drain for
yeah,
insanity.
oh yeah,
That's literally what I'm gonna say. You know,
yeah. It was a hard one. It hit. Bouncing back though. Bouncing back though. Just had one light week, 1 hour that or 1 week that was light on hours, but and then and I had to pay $350 out of my own pocket to get my transcripts for one court date.
fuckers.
And so that wasn't
And
cool.
is it what you said? Is it what you said though? Is it
Well,
literally an accurate transcript?
we're gonna find out. It's actually I can't even remember where it's some dude in California that's doing it. And like they outsource it. I sent a grammar request to the court clerk and they says, "Oh, this is done through Utah.gov website, whatever."
Yeah,
So into
it's funny
that,
you pulled that up.
so I'm just like, "Oh, okay, so y'all are violating your grandma duties as the records officer. You are to provide those records, not send me somewhere else." Like you go tell
Yeah,
him to get those fucking things, but no, they directed me to some other guy who I had to direct to get transcripts, who charged me $350 to transcribe them, which I still have not yet received. But that was just Monday that he finally sent me an invoice for that.
fucking
But
rough.
at that point, we will have testimony of an officer that does not correlate with the facts of his own filings.
Yeah, oh, that happens all the time. It for sure happens all the
Oh,
time.
I'm sure it
Now
does.
the thing about this, the first thing you need to do when you find out that that name and that is different, right? Put them on the Brady list.
I've already looked into that.
Yep.
It's very difficult to do because it has to go through the prosecutor's office to do it.
Oh, by the way, that's how you find out whoever's involved in anything. So check it out. Say there's a confidential informant, blah blah blah, right? And you want to find out who it is. Well, without a lawyer, you can do what a lawyer does. Without a lawyer, you can find out who it is because they would tell the lawyer because they have to. If he tries to find out, we need to know the name of the guy to make sure he's not on the Brady list. Because if he's already a liar, if you guys are doing this based on a guy who's already a liar, so they will have to give you the information of any confidential informant in case they're on the Brady list if you ask.
Well, right now, all they've got for the bind over order is his testimony. They provided no actual evidence still. And then I mean another evidentiary hearing in your home and what's his name? Thompson's not responding at all anymore. He doesn't seem like it's his cup of tea. But
Gotcha.
that's all right because when I
Well, that guy was more an interlocutory appeal guy anyway.
yeah,
So great at it for that. If they do
yeah.
what they want to do, they're great. Yeah, they want to do it. If they're just doing it for money, they don't want to do it. That's piss poor results. You know that, right?
What's that?
So if you're hiring, so check this out. Fine line between money and give a shit. So most people in the world, they put more effort into pretending to give a shit for money than they do for actually giving a shit for themselves on their own free time.
Yeah.
right? So there's a balance, there's an interchange between giving a shit and not giving a shit, and it's money. But once you use that medium to change the polarity, it actually inverts the polarity. So I'm saying you cannot use the catalyst in give a shit. So let's talk about this. You are a poor guy, right? You find a girl, you find love, right? Money's not a thing. Well, potentially everything you find falls apart because you don't have money, right? But you found love. Now you're a rich guy, right? And you have a bunch of money. And you find women, but you don't find love, right? And money is the reason why, right? Now they're different loves we're talking about here, but one is more genuine and one is not because money is the catalyst. Now, the girls who are getting paid money may act like they give a shit more than the love you found before when you didn't have money. Okay, because there's a degree in how much give a shit they give. Now, more genuine give a shit is not catering to your every win, right? Now, for a rich guy, the thing you think you want that you're buying, you're more likely to get the thing you think you want when you're whether you're buying, but you won't get the actual thing that you're deficient on that you really want, which is why you're buying in the first place. Is this making any sense? I'm trying to say this probably applies to other spells. If you have two coins, okay, you have
Yeah.
two sides of a coin. The method through which you determine which side is more favorable. So heads means way more to you when you're gambling on it when you flip it than when you just flip it.
Oh, I'm speaking.
Right?
Definitely. Speaking of gambling, I've done some statistical analysis on Powerball numbers and have a set that's probably worth a run.
Well, did you posted a thing on that? I'm pretty sure somebody posted a thing on that where the gambling itself, the numbers are pre-decided.
Yeah. Well, to a degree, they're doing a pretty good job of making it a pure random. But
Yeah, to a bunch of people who will buy it, they make something up and they give you the cover story before you question the cover story, and then you buy the cover story.
right.
Truman Show shit. You get what I'm saying? By a bunch of now, I'm not going to call them dumbasses because that's wrong. Like I like individuals, but I don't like the dumb masses. And if it sounds like I called them dumbasses when I said dumbasses,
Dumas.
right? Dumas. And keep in mind, I could be that Dumas speech any fucking day. When I'm not thinking, I'm definitely a dumbass. Part of the dumbass.
Right.
That's how it's said. Anyway, I was going on a tangent. Okay, yeah. So the love you get, or so here's the best way. You need to go dig a hole in your own damn yard, right?
Yeah.
But you got to go to work and you dig holes in other people's yards all day for your boss. How many holes get dug before your own hole gets dug? And for money. So the quality of pretend give a shit is worth more in labor with money than it would be for your own concern. Like, I'm just trying to say the polarity. So if everything has a polarity, there's a good good and a bad good, and a good bad, or a good bad and a bad bad, right? So
Yeah.
if you're good good and you want to have the polarity, you want to change the polarity. So say you're bad bad, right? Everything's bad, everything sucks, and you want to change the polarity to good bad or good good, right? By using that medium of money, you would get good bad. You would still have the taint of the catalyst that you used, which is money. So I'm trying to say this, like most people say yes boss, yes sir, I'll do the thing you want because
Hmm.
you're paying me money. I would do things I wouldn't do for my own self that I know I need to do for my own self because the money is the driver. So when you go home and there's more real drive, it's you. Well, it was already purchased with money. Like I'm probably losing the whole context. I'm trying to over
No,
explain.
no, no, no.
This sucks.
It all gets back. You know, yeah, it's just a lot of different angles for the same idea, but it's definitely landing pretty easy. Yeah, no, because it's like I don't like
If you
or
have a lot of money, how genuine are the relationships that you have with people?
that too.
Not considering how genuine they act. They may act more genuine than when they're being genuine. But how genuine is the genuine relationship you're getting from somebody for money? That is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So the less genuine interaction, remember, you hurt the ones you love, right? So if you're now on the poor scale, right, and you're being given love, you're probably actually being given love from somebody who can correlate on your same level, but it's still going to have its negative flaws and gripes and everything that happen with it because of the living circumstances. It's what makes money what it is, which is why people will be more genuine for money, more genuine than genuine.
Well, and there's also the element of sociopathy that comes with that. Like as soon as money is involved, like there's no the compassion tends to walk out the door.
For sure, that selfish. That so once again, so this is why the being a piece of shit thing. When one can watch themselves doing that. So say you've always been born into money and have always had money. What is the likelihood that your interchange with money getting that fake thing is going to make you realize that your actions are making you what you are? You know what I'm saying? How it's harder to transcend that boundary when you're dealing on the wealth side.
Oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You're going to have more negative, ungenuine things from people pretending to be genuine, right? So you're going to be less phased by it, meaning your chances of actually figuring it out, something big has to happen for you to try and figure it out. A lot of times you attack a wallet and that'll happen. Take away their money and that actually changes a lot of that shit.
Oh no, it's a huge motivating factor. That's how a lot of people formulate their approaches for dealing with institutions is hit them where it hurts. Is yeah, you hear it all the time, and we know where
Yeah,
that
so
is, and we know where that is.
the poor classes they're trying to make everybody become hurt their wallet and see what happens. At some point they're gonna be like, fuck you, I couldn't pay rent anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, well, you know what? If it's easier to get 3 meals in a jail cell than it is in the real world, I'm gonna go rob a bank. And then you're gonna,
Exactly.
yeah,
But so oh, we can't do that actually. The prisons are full. We can't afford to feed you. We cannot afford to take you into prison.
you're not profitable enough for prison.
Yeah, that's a lot of what's going on.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm trying to. That's all. That's always been my model. If they're ever trying to mess with me, like I told people, you put money on my books, I'll slap the hell out of you. You know, when I was locked up, and I was like, you're not because they're gonna get a piece of it no matter what. If you put money in there, then
Yep.
that's contributing to them, and they don't deserve one red fucking cent. So,
What's even worse than that because they bond all that money. They make money on holding your money,
what would be
and then they give you your
interesting
money
to
back.
do would be to
It is
no,
interesting.
no, 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 run a statistical analysis of parole board decisions against the spending of or financials
Yep.
of the people who are in there. It's because it seems like the people who get comfortable get hosed. Like they got their routine. They're maxing out the commissary limit every week. Like they're it's just like, well, why would they let you out?
Exactly. Yep. For sure. But I like how you said interesting because bonds do generate the interest on that, and that is very interesting. And that's why
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
that,
saying.
yeah.
Many layers.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Many layers.
Keep
That's
paying, yep, keep paying their money.
I
Now I'll
wonder.
bring this one up. So a lot of people find the solution to their problems. So we're talking about driving without plates. Everybody says the solution is file with the government in the proper way that they give you a plate. That as soon as the cops see it, they go, "Oh, we can't fuck with this guy." Well, no matter how you look at it, you're still giving them what they want. You get what you want. You get what I'm saying? You're still driving with a plate.
Oh yeah.
That is not driving without a plate.
Oh
That's
yeah.
not what that is. Little random tangent.
Well, I mean, if they're not getting their piece, they're not happy because I mean, that whole system is built by people who have disconnected from source, these fallen angels or whatever you want to call them. Like, they no longer have that infinite abundance, so they are by nature and necessity vampires, which is why we're in the slave system that we are.
I believe the word for that is dia, source. That's why we call it media, right? Source. But dia goy,
Yeah.
dia shmurda.
Dio,
Dia, source.
Dia.
Or the mistranslation would be sometimes it could be God, but God comes after that language. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So God didn't exist until English.
right. It's a translation. Yeah.
Yeah,
which
God
which
never
which
existed.
phonetically which phonetically is pretty far off the path.
Well,
So,
so then how the hell have been people worshiping gods when God didn't exist until English?
well, I'm gonna have to start integrating dia into the vocabulary more because that resonates very deeply
That's an Irish greeting.
because
Diagoit.
words matter.
Diagoit. That's hello in Irish, but it's not hello. It's hey, source be with you. Oh, Dish have some source back.
Yeah.
So I want to bring this up. Guramahagat. Okay. May there be good at you. That's like thank you. That's thank you in Irish. In English, thank you is hey, I acknowledge you did a thing for me. Cool. I'm letting you verbally know that I acknowledge you did a thing for me. Right?
Yeah.
But Guramahagat is may there be good back at you. Whoa, you did this, return it. Not acknowledgement, return it. Now, and the reason I'm bringing this up, that's why I say apologize all the time. It doesn't matter what language you go back to the older languages. Now we're going based on the sound. The meaning is we're not going to look at it as what that means in that language. We're going to look at what that sound vibration actually does. Because when you take just the sound vibration and then you take English that steals from other languages and say, what other words stole that sound vibration? And what do they do with it? Because media is the same as source, but it's a modified source. It's an individual source,
Right.
right? That's the source for you to get sucked into, right?
YouTube.
It's exactly you too. But now, a lot of these things they think come from direct Latin. Well, Latin is going to be a commercialized language, just like English, just like Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Latin was a global, it was one of
Yeah.
those. It was the combined. So once again, it was robbing the structure in order to commercialize ideas for commerce, right? So that would have still been stealing from source.
All right. Well, I'm really feeling like we really got to ditch English.
Well, Sanskrit, that's what I'm saying. Sanskrit. That's
Sanskrit
one of
and
the hardest ones to do.
Sanskrit and Hebrew are the two that don't seem to have any.
Well, I personally believe
But person, yeah,
Hebrew is a
no,
lot magic.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Magic.
but
Hebrew's magic.
I'm
But I
100%
personally believe
more in favor.
Hebrew is slang Irish. Hebrew
Really?
came after Irish, in my opinion. Yeah.
I mean, that's
Okay.
feasible. Our history is all twisted up.
And we're talking about slaves who made Hebrew, who weren't educated, who let the language go to slang to make what they have, because New Grange Temple was built the same way that the pyramids are built, with the hand leather bags of sand that they dump in to keep moisture out and make it keep a climate change, things like that. And it predates the pyramids. Now, whether they'll give you the actual date, it's 500 years older than the pyramids.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, on this is there's a bunch of this, and history is very speculative. But based on what I do know, and David Icke goes into this a lot, the moon wasn't always here, and there was a time the sun was not visible, right? There was
Hmm.
a time where light was, whether it was because the cloud and the atmosphere was covered with shit so you couldn't see the sun, right? There was a time in human history where day was gone for a long time, be it nuclear winter, be it whatever it was. That's historically accurate.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at Egypt, you take the 30 lateral line of the globe and you draw an X from Egypt. Well, if you go up that X, okay, let's say you're going northwest, where do you end up?
45 degree west or X?
Yeah. Where do you end up?
Well,
America.
oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna guess Ireland.
Well, it's well, so what happens if you go the opposite direction? Egypt is down in Africa. So you will end up in like Russia type. You'll end up in that area where all the major China, Russia, one of those areas over there.
Yeah, yeah,
It's where all the
Tartaria.
major, yeah, it's where all the major human civilization points are right now. Now, and if they were living anything like they were, what would they all do? They would go to the warmest spot. They would all move inwards to the center of the globe where the sun would be the strongest, the equator. You know what I'm saying? They'd go to Egypt, which is the literal center of the culturized world. Egypt literally is X marks the fucking spot. Interesting, huh?
Corley, yeah, that adds up. Now I'm gonna have to
Now,
clear me out the
so
maps.
I even want to bring this up. Who was the daughter of King Tut, who also could have been Moses? It's either Moses' brother or could have been Moses. It's not historic. Nobody can historically say who either of these people were, other than they were very influential, and there's mystery surrounding it. Okay, King Tut literally, what did he do? He brought religion to the slaves. He's like, we're changing everything, and we're gonna let the slaves have God. They're still gonna be broke, but they can have God,
Right.
right? Well, his daughter, guess what his daughter's name? And this guy was like, what? He died when he's like 15? They're reproducing right as soon as they can, huh? But check it out. Guess what his daughter's name is?
Ooh.
Scotia.
Oh, okay.
Scotland, Scotia, Nova Scotia. Now, what she did was she sailed with the people, okay, who escaped, the Hebrews who escaped. She sailed with them back to the lands they came from, okay? Now, if you follow the river up, say you're going down that X, which way are you going to go back up and which places are named after her?
Hmm.
Keep in mind, they're all along this X, even in Canada, even Nova Scotia and Canada is along this path of travel,
Yeah,
just on one of the from the fucking X.
yeah.
Okay. Now, Scotland being called, I mean, Scotland, what is the house of the monarchy?
The House of the Monarch.
Scotland is the house of monarchy.
Well, I mean,
Viking England.
ever since old Robert the Bruce, yeah.
Yeah. So, and what is their national animal?
I have no idea. I don't.
The unicorn. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because when Osiris fought Set, his nephew, right?
Yeah.
Set sailed on the Nile on a white horse on a boat with a sword over its head and proclaimed himself king under God. I'm the Pharaoh. Even though everyone sees Osiris as Pharaoh, I'm the Pharaoh. Nephew wins, and I'm declared God just like you are now, Apophis. Okay? And he did this on the Nile River, which Nile is slang for blood in Irish. Just getting there. Anyway, there's a specific bend in the Nile that he did this at, right by the Valley of Kings. And remember, as above, so below. So you look up into Orion's belt, that same bend appears, right? It does. You look into the night sky. So this is why this is special. In Ireland, there's another river, the Boyne River, right? Which has that same bend. And guess what? Guess what lies on the other side of this river? New Grange. So the bend by Valley of Kings is the same as the New Grange bend on the Boyne River, which is the same as the bend in the Milky Way looking into Orion's belt.
Wow.
As above, so below.
Oh yeah.
In 1690. Now, if we're going in 36-year cycles, 1690 is going to be another one just like 1990. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, 300
It's got all the
exactly.
same digits. Yeah. So in 1690, this is when like Robert Kirk was trying to expose the Fae, the secret Commonwealth.
Hmm.
There's a lot of shit. There's the secret Commonwealth, like the aliens running our government. This is 1690, but also in 1690, remember Osiris and Set. We had two people called King James II and his nephew, which was known as the Prince of Orange, the Prince of France. And they're all the same families, right?
Yeah.
Did I lose you there? Yeah.
No, I just
So
had to,
then,
I just had to turn camera off for a second.
gotcha. Anyway, them all being the same families, it is the nephew who the people believe in more in because remember, the Prince of France, he was involved in the Dutch trading empires, right? They would trademark their trade using his colors, orange carrots,
Yeah.
right? And this is supposed to get free. This is stock markets. This is things like this. This is where the Rockefellers and Rothschilds gets power. Okay, so King James II has all his armies. They meet up in Ireland in 1690 to face against his nephew, Prince of France, in Ireland in 1690. And they all bring all their armies and they all show up, right? And the Irish are there standing, seeing all these armies come up, and then the two heads of them come up to him and say, "Hey, would you guys join our fight?" And they did. And then everybody sailed away, and the Irish have been fighting that battle ever fucking since. That's why it's the green, the white, and the orange. It is division between the green and the white, and that is the flag. And there's always been civil war. No one has ever owned Ireland. Now, on this war, because you need war to make money, right? Especially borrowing from a bank. Okay. You can use the labors under wartime of the Irish and Scottish people indefinitely to found the Bank of England. 1690, that's when this happened. Okay. And then King James II, who founded the Bank of England, takes a draw for $300 million in 1690.
Yeah.
300 million in
Yeah.
currency. He divvies that up to three families: Rothschilds, Rockefellers. The other one's probably the Morgans or sons. You know what I'm saying? There's any, it could be anyway. What do these families do? What do the Rothschilds and Rockefellers do? They literally go over to the Dutch stock market, which is owned by the Prince of France, and they buy it all up, just like in the Great Depression.
Oh yeah.
They now have taken a thing that was a freedom thing, using the money backed by the enslavement of the Irish and the Scottish indefinitely. That's the first banks for you. This is how
But
the bullshit started, 1690.
okay, well that's interesting. The Facebook ended up in Ireland also.
Yeah, but no, it's quite the place. A battle's been going on forever. You
Oh
know,
yeah. Oh yeah.
for free people.
Thousands of years, and it's starting to finally show signs of people remembering. And like I said, these conscious resonance fields that these conversations create are part of that process. So I'm glad to be back online and doing these things.
For sure, it's been well. In all reality, we could not have been doing meetings until today. Interchanging imposed conditions.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's everything's according to that plan that we don't really get or understand.
Well, since I've been having gratitude to the universe for giving me these things, right? It's much easier to follow the whims.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
And you follow those whims, and shit happens, man. Shit happens.
Yeah. Quickly. So I might be going to Tijuana next month.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What you doing down there? Having a blast? See?
Going to meeting with a teacher.
Nice. Spiritual. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna go see where what that's all about and get some things cleared up and asserted. Or get put in my place, whatever, whatever's clever. But
Well,
I
you
was
get what
talking,
you get, needing to get.
oh yeah, no, I was talking to homie Fredo, and he's like, dude, I will, and he's been to down there, and he's man of the cloth, like doesn't even like he won't ask anybody for money for anything. Kind of a approach to everything, and it's like you earn it or you don't, but you don't. There's no ask, there's no donations, there's no asking, there's no none of that crap, and he's been. I haven't talked to him for a minute. He's the one that got me started on these sprays and those oils. I don't know if you remember that blue spray bottle I had with the copal, frankincense, and myrrh and Palo Santo.
Oh, for sure. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was a concoction from things that he brought up like last October, November, and that I was like, wait a minute, let me see what I can do with these. And I came up with that spray. And like, and I hit him up about it. I was like, "Hey, I got people ready to put it on retail shelves down here in the city. Like, what do we?" But they want to know more source information. You know, like, where's it coming from? And how is it being produced? Like, is this ethical kind of thing? And he was all off the boat. You know, like he kind of gotten wrapped up in his own entanglements and bullshit. And I talked to him just last week. Maybe it was Monday. It was pretty recently, like 3 hour fucking phone call, good heart to heart, heartfelt shit where it was just like, man, it broke my heart when dude, when I said, hey, what is the source? And you were like, I don't know if I'm interested in that shit. I was like, dude, we're doing this. And then this whole after this 3 hour long conversation, he's like, dude, if the way what you're talking to me right now, you need to see a teacher ASAP. I will pay for your flight down here. I said, all right, let's set it up for August. So,
Nice.
so I'm gonna go meet with what amounts to the modern equivalent of the Essenes. And I'm pretty happy about that.
Very nice. That's all I can say. Best of luck on your adventure. I hope you get what you need.
I mean, I hope I get what, yeah, me too, because what I
That's the
need,
best you can get too, because
because what I need is for everything to be great for everybody. What I need is
well, then you
rest.
got to make it great for you too.
Well, it will be great for me when it's great for everybody.
I like that.
And you know, they're like, and that's how I've always approached things. Is like, you know what? If you build up everything around you, then there it's there. You don't have to worry about, lack. It's all abundance. It's all abundance. Surround
Well,
yourself
you'll
with,
come to find
huh?
because it takes mentality. You'll come to find when you're building everything up around you, these are the thoughts that have to be in your head to build everything up around you, and they are building thoughts. So that is what you are and what you become.
Yeah,
So
architect.
sometimes a great way to become something more than you want to be is to, so if you can't change you, change what's around you.
Uh-huh. That's absolutely pertinent. You have to have the harmonic resonance. If it's not there, then things aren't constructed and progress doesn't happen. So seeking those harmonic resonances, and they're finding me quite aptly, and it's going, it's going.
It's always important to know this when someone offers a good time, right? If they're offering you a good time, that means that your idea of good has to align with their idea of good.
Yeah.
Nobody can offer you a good time, especially not using those words.
No, it's getting
That's why I say
it's getting
no one can
increasingly
offer.
difficult for that generalization to be, sensical for
Well,
sure.
how can I save your soul then? How can this organization save my soul? They can't give me a good time. They definitely can't save my soul. My soul has to align with their idea of what a soul is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the problem with trying to sell heaven. When you're selling heaven, well, what is it? It's the most vague thing there ever was. It's a good time, dude. Right? It's a good time forever. It's like stagnant and good. It's the best stagnancy you'll ever have. Come on down. We'll save your soul.
Yeah, definitely is something that is as it above, so below. We have to create it here.
Well, I say that that applies to this. We will teach you our language. That's a scary thing. For someone to teach you a language, you've been taught English. And what has that done to you?
A
Did you learn English or were you taught English?
little bit of both.
Yeah, but what you were taught, what has that done to you?
Yeah, fair. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's more learned than taught in my particular personal experience.
You know what's scary about that? That whole concept? If you don't know what it's done to you, maybe once you learn the language, you'll realize what it has done to you throughout all your past. You could be suffering from things that it has done to you that you didn't know it did because you don't know the language.
Yeah. Well, it's like the eye cannot see itself.
Yeah. Much as, well, it can see past images of itself.
Like best an eye can do is a reflection, but it will never see
Well, that's
itself.
what I'm saying. A past image. That's a
Yeah.
past image.
Yeah.
But when I'm looking at it like you are stretching the light, literally, if you're looking at an image of yourself, that is the light's right there. So you're stretching the light outside of you, the bubble you're at. Now that's the best way to get the idea of a reflection. Okay. This is where the speed of light comes from in the first place. The time it takes for everything to happen once, repeat itself once
Hmm.
within the bubble, right? The time for light to reflect once. You turn on light in a room full of mirrors, how long until it bounces back? Speed of light, right? When you're literally looking into a mirror, you're trying to use a substance outside of you to reflect all the light that is you back on you when it's already on you. So every time you look at the mirror image, you're looking at past, right? Slightly. But
Yeah.
since time only exists based on the way you stretch the light, now do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. This is where it all becomes a tapestry. Not really.
This might also be the reason that the brain actually, if you look into your reflection for long enough, the brain will start making the reflection make faces.
Yep. Yep.
So you get what I'm saying? This is what you do. That is when where quantum mechanics starts to apply, because the
If you
limited amount of particles.
and if you don't want to and if you don't want to wait that long, you just do some DMT.
Yeah, but then there's a lot more light because you are now acting as the Einstein-Rosen bridge with other points of light, right? Right? When that pineal gland's fucking fully charged and bright and reflecting, what about that? That's more light. You're literally looking into a mirror with more light to begin
Makes sense.
with, right?
Yeah.
But so the amount of light that you're stretching determines time. Even waiting for your face to start doing shit in the mirror when you're looking at your reflection. Now, this is time is a thing, but maybe that's how long it takes for one to forget that they're looking in the mirror and to allow the play of time to take its cause and effect because stretching the light is where time comes from. And we have, there's so many limited particles in there because to question the stretching of the light is what adds flavor to it. This is where relativity and perception have meaning. In the quantum fields, only, and I say quantum fields because only in quantum entanglement and quantum mechanics does personality exist, right? One is the duration of experiencing all of that at once. The other is the question behind what it was you just experienced. Like,
Well, I mean, it boils down to one cannot be the observer and the experiencer both at the same time.
well, when you're looking in the mirror, right?
Fair.
Because that's what we're doing all the time. That's the mirror is the best way to describe everything I'm talking about. Because now when you're looking at a star, because I've always had that thing. It's like, well, am I literally looking at that, or am I bridging the space between me and that star that many billions of however's away? You know what I'm saying? It's not away. It's in my eye right now. It's curving. That light from that star is not that far away. It's in my fucking eyeball being reflected right now. Right?
Yeah.
That is, as soon as you get that bridge, that's where you connect and you stretch. That's where it all stretches. And any, and that's why I'm bringing up quantum mechanics, because when you have a decision or you affect one particle here in the entanglement field of perception, another particle randomly somewhere else will change based on that. Two ends of the tunnel of stretched light.
Hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's what's at the beginning of the tunnel and what's at the end of the tunnel. And that's the best way to describe quantum entanglement,
that makes
right?
sense.
Like time. Time, the observation of time alone is quantum entanglement. There's entropy is even involved in that. There's more people lengthening the amount of time on a clock through constant observation than
Mhm.
it takes to than the
Truth.
power it takes to run the clock.
Truth.
Yeah,
That
you get what I'm
that
saying? There's
I have felt and observed that one myself.
now here's the thing. We're back on that money interchange, okay? Because when you're being real for your boss for money, what are you doing inside? God, I have 9 more hours of this shit. That shows you how genuine it is. And yet you're putting in more effort to do that than you are digging your own damn hole.
Oh yeah.
Because it's finally my time. I've been digging holes all day. I don't want to fucking go dig another hole, even though I need to dig a hole for me. I'm getting me time because they robbed all the other time with their damn money.
Yep.
Fucking dude, man. The
We're
moon.
gonna call them on it.
Well, these next 36 years, there will be a flip. Everything has interchanging post conditions. Like I already feel it. That's why the pot is stirring right now.
Oh, I'm not waiting
Now
30.
that's why it hasn't stagnated.
I'm not waiting 36 years. I got pre-trial September 1st.
No, 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 no. In 36 years, it'll be their turn again, and they'll take whatever we made and turn it into a tool against us.
uh,
Yeah, but for the next 36 years, that's our time. That's what I'm saying.
okay.
This year is going to boil you down for the next 36 years, which is our time. This is the opposite polarity of the last 36 years. That's why I was
Okay.
saying in 1690, that would be the same as 1990. We
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
in hundreds, right?
Well,
So
30,
it would
what,
be the same. That's
36.
when control started.
I'm cool
What
with it.
happened? What happened in the seven late? What happened 36 years after that in the 1700s, like the 1720s? Crazy piracy. Freedom was once again a thing. Holy fucking shit! I'm
Privateers.
just saying, man. Oh yeah, yeah,
Privateers.
privateers. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
right.
privateers.
Remember.
And that is good business for everyone. And yeah, your lives could be on the line, but it's on the line in the Navy
Three,
too. Let's
but
go.
36 into 300 though is 8.3.
So, well, it's a 300. Maybe we got to go with how many days of the year. There's a mathematical equation that'll make this work. I'm just saying, when I look at it, 1690, that's 300 years difference from 1990, right?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So, 360, oh no, there's math. 360 years
Well,
difference.
here's I think where you're
Well,
missing
36 years there.
is the base 10 math is defunct anyway. We're supposed to be operating on base 12 math. Like,
Oh, well, or only 8 digits. 0 and 9 are placeholders.
no, we're supposed to be on base 12.
The reason I say 8 is because, like, how cells work.
No, it's material construct.
You get to 6, right? You start with nothing, you get to 6, that's 7, and then when you can have that 7 and combine it with another one, that's 8. Just saying. And then there's an idea, which is the placeholder, and then there's the whole conceptualized idea, which I guess could be 9. I don't get that. 12 is so hard to think about because maybe they added that shit in there. 12 is 3 too many. That's what I think. Three too many, man.
Well, that's because the
There's a
base
reason I say that
that's
though.
because the base 10 is the Saturn alien order though. Like that all comes with with what you understand deeply. Like you got to find your
Yeah, but I
you got
don't
to
like that math either.
no.
I think the only
Well,
things that exist,
you
the
can't like
only
that math
things that
because that
exist,
math shows
no,
its own collapse is what that math shows.
it's wrong.
Yeah,
Zero times one, right? How much is that? Zero.
I'm
But
saying one.
what
I'm
about
saying
one
one.
times zero? What about one times zero? What is that?
I'm saying one.
Well, I'm also agreeing with one, but nine is a whole bunch of ones.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. But they're not anything other than ones. So just like electrons. So the nine is to say what the electrons became to pretend to act like an electron when in conjunction with other electrons arranged to act like this type of electron. So you get what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
saying you build one block from scratch. Okay. That's one. But if you have that block from scratch and you can look at it as a block, that's nine, which has no different value from one or nine other than you looked at it inverse. It's like looking at a cube and seeing the faces change depending on how you look
Well,
at
I like that your beer turned into geometry.
it, right? Well, you did mention Randall Carlson earlier. I like that guy. He's on point with this geometry shit. I need to have a conversation with that guy about geometry.
That would be
I think that guy would go down a rabbit hole with it.
I
I
think
think I could go down the
yeah,
rabbit hole with that guy.
I think I'll try to encourage that happening as life
I would.
progresses.
I literally would. You know what I'm saying? I think that guy would get some of this crazy shit that I got going on with geometry.
I think that you and he could have a good old time actually.
It's
That
all in geometry. I think that's actual true language. You know, these sound vibrations that words make, that the sounds make, have a geometrical pattern. So naturally, thinking in your brain should be thinking the same shapes.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? The same wave function collapses.
Yeah.
Only when you were taught a language did you start to use that language that was taught to you to
Well,
represent.
see, and I'm pretty sure I was left-handed. But then when I went to kindergarten and they started
No,
teaching writing and I looked around at everybody and saw how they were holding their shit, I was like, oh, okay, I'll use, I just mimicked and became right-handed by mimicry.
by proxy for sure.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
good
think
though. That saved your life. You'll live a little bit longer than the left-handers just by statistics. Just saying. How does that even work? How does a statistic like that work? Each person's life is unique. You know what I'm talking about? How do they say that? Well, if they're right-handed, they would have had 12 more years to live. Statistically speaking, right? How can you say right-handed people live statistically longer, 12 years longer than left-handed people?
I don't know. I've not followed those data sets at all.
Well, there's a whole lot to it. Like the way old castles were built, the way the spiral staircases would be. There's a reason they're a spiral staircase. That changes the way the direction of the spirals, right? Whether it goes clockwise or counterclockwise,
Yeah.
changes which side has the advantage if you're right-handed. So right-handed people,
Ah.
what? Okay, so say you have the high ground in a spiral staircase where there's walls on you. When you swing with the right hand, you're completely open and you can swing down and get that guy below you. Where the guy who's coming up right-handed, he's going to hit the wall with his sword. It limits his function. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're a left-handed fan, you would literally design your whole tower opposite so that when the majority comes in to fight your shit, you have the advantage at the high ground, right?
Oh,
Now, a
but
majority of tools,
welcome, Ashton.
see, check it out. There's a good study I got to tell you about that I watched. It was just recent about we used to think that right handed dominance, right, was like common everywhere. But now they've now proven in that it even in animals they pick a side, left or right. So they started to realize what actually caused the right-handed domination in human beings. It's a survival instinct because one hemisphere of the brain will control more interactions, like hanging from branches, the ability to move different things by hanging from branches. So it's through, if this is making any sense. So
No,
depending on
it
what
does
you
make
use
sense.
to
It
do
actually and it actually
evolutionary,
correlates a lot with energetic balance. Like we have to try to seek ambidextrousness.
for sure.
Like everybody's
But
trying to,
and you got to realize this though:
yeah.
ambidextrous does not mean each hand acts the same. It means you act in harmony with the full functionality of each hand with their own personality. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Each one has its own hemisphere, so you're not going to make your left hand right hand brain and act like your right hand, right? That's not ambidextrism. Do you get what I'm saying? You should
Yeah.
have two unique writing styles, but by training one hand to write, because a lot of it comes down to this. Oh, I can't write with my left hand. Well, did you ever train it to do it? I bet if you did, now don't try to mimic your right hand, but
It,
just train it. It's atrophy.
actually, I have done this experiment where I mean, when I was locked up, at one point I wrote only with my left hand for 30 days.
30
Uh,
days to do it. Same
it
guitar.
it was like going from like second grade to like high school in like less than a week.
30 days will break or build habits.
Yeah. So I actually that's one that and I've always been kind of hyper conscientious about make sure to use your left hand for things. You know, don't put all the strain on on a comfortable hand. Uh,
Well, there's
still,
another thing too as well. Because when you make a habit, right,
yeah.
at some point, if you continue that habit because it's a good practice, right, at some point, the body needs to evolve and take the principles that habit adopted, that habit instilled in you, and move past that habit because that habit will turn. If a habit becomes stagnant,
Oh, you cut out
so
there.
now that
You cut out there.
if, if a habit becomes stagnant, it becomes dogma.
Okay. Truth. That,
So keep
that,
that in mind.
and okay. So dogma could be said to be tradition for the sake of tradition.
Yeah, that's why the grandkids don't know the same meaning of the prayer you guys used to say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we say it. It's been passed on, but we don't know the meaning of it because it was dogma
Cool.
when they taught it to us.
Well, it's good to have a better, broader, or more succinct definition of dogma. That's beautiful.
Well, what that right? Dogma is
This
literally
is
the ritual
this is
for the
gonna
sake of the ritual.
this is gonna be a good re-listen.
Good. I aim for that. It's been a long one. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's
I appreciate your presence very much, sir, and the work that we're hoping to accomplish with these things. Thank you,
well. So
Ashton. Thank you, Ashton, for being here also.
last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, when you guys asked me to join, no, I was currently in the pot stirring position. Like shit was going on.
Yeah,
Time was dilated. You know,
I know.
I would have done a lot of things to do other things, but I couldn't do other things because I had to do like no matter what, I couldn't do other things. I'm gonna do other things to pretend to occupy my mind. No, I just want things to do that occupy my time while I'm doing things with my mind. Motorcycle riding, that's good for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Went and rode all till like 3 in the morning the other night. Ooh, with the moonlight under the full moon. That was good shit.
All that. I'm usually going for walks at 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's a good time. I mean, the roads are calling, the lights out. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Good time to walk the dog. Good time to
Only
clear.
saw one other person, and seemed pretty pleased. Well, I don't know about pleased, but he seemed pretty surprised to be seeing another human being who wasn't homeless wandering around in the streets of Salt Lake City.
So
I was pleased to see someone else. He was a little surprised.
somebody somebody bought me a Guardian bell for my bike. And that night that I went riding all night was the first night I put it on. So I was really testing the limits. But I was able to tell him in the morning this. I was like, check this out. That bell must really work because not only was I riding all night under the full moon, but it protected me from any lunatic. And that's when they'd be out. Unless I was the lunatic. I mean, I was out. Did it protect me from me?
Uh, yes, maybe, probably.
I think it did. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's how that works.
That is when the lunatics come out, the crazies. I know I was there. I was, I
Get your,
mean,
get your
so the
mic.
dogma, I guess, so we were,
Oh, I was just asking, did you get your mic figured out?
Yep, I did, if you can hear
Oh,
me.
all right. Yeah, we got you. Okay, cool.
hello.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you for not coming camping with us the other weekend because that was a shit show.
Oh yeah.
You missed you dodged one there. Good job.
Well, that's good to hear. I was kind of worried about it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Check it out. No, I actually, right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I still wouldn't trade that. I still would have been there.
no, no. That was
I
no.
still, it was fucking rough.
You don't
It
even
was
know what
fucking
Oh
rough.
man.
you don't
I
even
know,
know
but I want to tell you
what I
this.
went through and what audience
This
I had.
That
This
bad?
is the pot stirring I'm talking about. This is the very fucking crazy pot stirring. And sometimes you need to have your pot stirred so fucking hard for you to stop being what you've been being until you were right now to go to the new shit. That's what I'm trying to say. My life has been fucking crazy. I'm sure yours has been too. Everyone's life has been fucking crazy the past year, this year alone, man. And if you don't embrace the pot stirring, that's why I would go again. The bias on it because even if I knew, it would have been different. Think about that. If
Yeah.
I knew and would go again, it would have been different, and I would have had a different pot stirring. That's why I'm saying I would still go again. I didn't go for the intent of that. I would go even for the intent I went for.
Yeah.
But it's a fuck up thing. I think that even through that, I think you found out who your damn friends were.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh
Sounds
yeah.
like an interesting evening or 2 evenings.
Oh yeah, you missed it. Like I don't know if you can see my arm there.
Oh. Injure yourself?
That's one of the bigger, deeper ones that's still persisting.
Oh. Oh wow.
Yeah, I went for a barefoot midnight run through the desert, and by the time we got back to camp, it looked several hours later because I went and communed with the heavens and the gods and whatever for a good minute by myself out in the middle of nothing. Uh,
Sure. Everyone does.
by the time we found my way back, it looked like I had maybe murdered somebody because it was yeah not
Oh gosh.
yeah. So thank you for not coming. Would not want to put you through that such an experience.
Well, if I had needed to be there, I would have been.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. It was definitely one that was an alchemical. I mean, every time though, every time we go out there, it does have some alchemicalness to it. The right people are always there for what
I
needs.
want to go back. I would go back.
I would also go back. There's actually it's just a matter of making sure that conditions are a little bit more defined.
Agreed. Agreed. It's the time that we were there before that, though. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It,
Oh yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
one, this one was,
Oh, it was a
yeah.
good
There was
time.
too much shit boiling on where it was premeditated. This was a
Mm.
premeditated. You got to be there, and by the time you got there, it wasn't so much of a whim like it was last time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It wasn't a whim. It was a. That's why that free will thing comes up. It was, we all have all our baggage between now and when we made the plan. You know what I'm saying? This is why this is the dogma of it. Check it out. When you go and worship that fucking block every fucking year, there's a dogma to it. We do it between this time and this time. Think
Yeah.
about that. Now,
Yeah.
we already know firsthand how carrying your baggage to a planned event will change that event. when the event is ready for you. Like it wasn't the time we went before that. Think about that. That's a prime example. It's like, hey, we're going. I guess no one else is going. We're going. Let's go. And we went,
Yeah.
right? And
And
it wasn't, there was the baggage. The baggage came from that through understanding. Like, you get what I'm talking about. Shit came of that. It was weird shit.
yeah, no, it was incredible, actually. So yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea of the return to there. I feel like there still needs to be some sealing of works that were done there. Uh, but I'm in no
We
rush either.
commercialized the last one. We commercialized the last time we
Yes,
were there when shit was
yes,
bad.
yes, we did.
Ah.
And so
Well, I'm glad
it's
y'all are still
important to
doing
know where
this. I
you were
just
going.
happened to see it on my calendar, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if they're still putting this on." So I clicked in, and I found you.
Nice, nice. Yeah, no,
Glad you did.
yeah, me too. This one's worth a rewatch when I get the recordings posted.
Yeah,
We,
where are you posting this?
it's in the Telegram.
Cool. You're
Yeah,
not
There we
we're
posting
on
to like
YouTube.
YouTube or anything like that?
Yeah, there'll be YouTube also. Yes.
Cool.
Logos Philosophy is the channel on there as well.
You know, we really ought to put in an email there to figure it out. I'll talk to you about geometry. It wouldn't be that hard of a thing.
We'll do what now?
Put in an email to have a video about geometry.
Oh, to Carlson?
Yeah. All you gotta do is send an email. Scientists like science. I like science.
Well, if you seed them,
Right?
if you seed them with a little bit of these kinds of ideas that we're talking about, I think that's all it would take.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. That might make these things grow too.
Yeah. Well,
But remember, with growth,
grassroots. I feel like that's a good way to do it. Let's maybe figure
Yeah,
out
we should definitely. You
that
guys
point
should
of
definitely
contact.
have any amount of accessible channels as possible.
Yeah.
if you don't nip the problems in the bud though as you're growing, you will grow branches you don't want.
Yep.
You know, that's the thing about
Right.
growing. There's that's like life too. Pruning the tree is an important part of life. And the pruning the tree is never easy. You're cutting some of yourself off,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean,
Right.
and that's what I've been saying for the last 3 years is like social circles and connections is like, dude, you gotta prune to make room for new growth. And it is, and that's how it's really, really like
Has
demonstrated
to
to
be that
me.
way.
That's how it's really demonstrated to me. It's like when you get yourself into the right vibration, like that's when Ashtons show up.
Yeah.
You know? Like we're here because we find ourselves in the occupying the same space and in the same places because we are of like frequencies.
Right.
Because we,
Now,
Absolutely.
so check it out. Right when you joined, we were talking about developing both hands before I interrupted with the dogma thing.
yeah, yeah.
Because, I'm agreeing with you. The practice of learning to write with both hands is a good thing, but it only becomes a dogma when you're trying to make a distinction between which hand you're going to write with. Like, think about that. How would that turn
Well,
into what I started describing?
I guess that kind of comes down to a question of geometry, right? But at the same time, it's like you have
Yes.
the right hand and the left hand being different geometries, right? But at the same time, using the mind to inverse that, it's kind of the basic idea of the right hand being the giving and the left hand being the receiving. But at the same time, you can inverse that, and maybe it won't be exactly the same because the geometry is different, but it isn't exactly a rule than it is. Let's see, a different interpretation, or let's see, wavelength,
Tendency. Yeah, different.
because
Yeah.
you're not going to give the same way with your right hand as you are the left hand, because they are different. They have different channels they need to go through, even if you're looking for the same result.
I mean, one hand needs to clean up the mess while the other hand jerks it, I guess.
See, well,
What
see, you're absolutely
receives
right,
of
because it's
that?
like, because you're right, because that's where I've really gotten stuck, where it's like you're right, because the right there you maybe should balance out the right versus the left having their own different jobs,
Or else
because
you'll
you
get,
do need
or else
to
you'll get more
specialize.
wood. Yeah,
Yes,
or else you get
yes,
warped wood.
yes.
Yeah, well,
You're so right. You're so right there. And it's something I've
but
I've
there
definitely
is
struggled
there
with.
is the matter of disciplining the less dominant hand, and utilizing it for things that it is not apt for to increase its capacity. That way you're
That's
creating,
why I like guitar.
you know,
So each hand has an important role on the guitar, and there are
Mm.
certain functions. Like, so I know my family's musicians, and I talk to my cousin who went to school for a lot of the shit, and he's been doing this whole life. He sings while he plays. Well, he's like, the way to do it is he practices humming while he's playing so that he can train one half of the brain to act one way while the other one doesn't. Now, my personal experiences is there are certain things that I have composed that I have to do multiple hammer-ons at the same time with two different fingers on the left hand while the right hand plucks something. Now, I will tell you, I won't ever forget that struggle in my life because that was a struggle to trick the brain to do that. So I feel that in doing that, it's the same type of exercise as humming while you play. So keep in mind, each hand, while you're making music, has their own personality that works together. Just like when the right hand will write in this script and the left hand writes in this script, right? It is so when you become to
well,
combine the two and allow them their own unique personality, like in a guitar, right? Only then is
Yes.
it not fun.
you're making me want to learn how to play guitar
Yeah.
left-handed
Totally hear
because
that.
my right hand's going to be way better at the neck action and the precision motions that are necessary. You know,
Probably do want to play
Jimmy did it.
left-handed then.
Jimi Hendrix did it. That was Jimmy for you.
is he a right-handed, left-handed guitar player?
He played the backwards guitar,
Huh.
the backwards guitar.
I don't know, but I mean, I don't know if music's necessarily exactly my thing, but if I'm inclined to maybe get
I've
into
heard you sing, Ling. You could totally
experimenting.
pick up
Oh no,
anything.
singing for sure, 100%, but instruments, I suppose, are
Just a
So I
different
played a lot of
level of
instruments.
expression.
yeah, no, it's stuff that will expand the conscious field a little bit. So I probably need to get into that some more, just because it is a challenge.
It's a meditation. I
Yeah.
speak with firsthand knowledge as someone who plays a lot of music. Okay, it is a meditation sense where you can learn to do complex things with your fingers mathematically in mathematical sequence, which can occupy the mind or occupy the body or the brain while the mind wanders. This is why I like Vivaldi the best when it comes to classical music. Okay, because it's a hyper. He's violinist, but it's Vivaldi, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like a lot of triplets, and that's like way catering to thought. Like the mind can wander. It occupies the body. You're like, okay, I do my best thinking in the shower because I'm occupied. I don't need to think about scrubbing my ass. It just happens, right?
Yeah.
And since I'm not bored. Things are happening as they should. The mind is free to wander, right? It's a
Yeah,
meditation
as you get into a flow state, you can allow that. But as you have to learn the basics, it can be a little daunting in the beginning.
Oh.
See, that's a good way to be though. That state, like doing the dishes, you know, just those little things. When you can turn these things you don't like into a meditation, right? Think about that. That's not
Yeah,
habitual
absolutely.
either because the act is habitual. But by converting the act to the intention you desire to get the most gain out of it, right? I mean, yeah, maybe it's lying to yourself in a good way because now you get twice the action off the same action,
Right.
right? How can
Well,
I do what I have to do
I may
and
need
go down a rabbit hole?
I might need to wrap this up or find a charger because I'm not at home, and if this video doesn't process, it will be gone.
Yeah, you'll definitely. Yeah, no, I've had that happen before. You definitely want to stop the recording before you cut out.
All right, so let's do that. Let's do that part right now then, at least.
It was a good one.